Hi, this is Caroline Donahue of Remabulous Coaching, and welcome to part 2 of making a vision board for your business. So I've gotten some great replies from people from last week about how it was helpful to think of making a vision board for a month or a short-term project. So as you can see, the board has been filled since I last spoke with you. So I'll give you a little tour of what I put up, and also I want to share with you some tips about how I work with the board. So I will start by showing you the board and then we'll do the tips. Okay, so I wanted to give you a little bit of a close-up of, laying out the board. And as you can see, it's all done with tacks. And that allows me to move things around, change things, and add things. Normally I really fill the board completely, but for some reason this month I wanted to leave some space. I'm going to be traveling this month, so I had the idea that I might pick up some things there that I'd want to add. But you can really get very close together with images, and here I've used, this is a stationery envelope that I have. This is from a magazine. This is a postcard I collected. And then I also like to use affirmation cards. So, some messages that will work together. And then you can even write affirmations. This is something, some of you may have seen, the stop talking cards, but I liked the idea of to start doing. So you can arrange these things, as you see fit, and then again, metaphor. I have a garden, so I added some garden imagery, but I also like the idea of thinking of new things growing in my business right now. So that, can be used in a number of different ways. It's really imagery. You don't want to think too much about it. You just want to put things together that feel useful to you. So here I've been meaning, it's a goal of mine to do more reading about my business, so I put some images of books. I want some, work on my garden, so here's that image we saw before. And then, you can add the text. So here, indulge your passion, be their curiosity, something I'm wanting to work on with clients, and then, imagery and cards. So that is the board as it is now, and then I'll share some tips about how you can interact with it. Okay, so now you've seen a close-up view of the board, and your board may look very different. You may use lots of big images, you may use lots of small ones. It can change from month to month. They always look different. This one has a little bit more text than I normally have, and there's more open spaces, as I said. It really is up to you about what feels good. But a couple of things I like to do with my board is to just take a look at it whenever I'm struggling with something. If I feel stuck, how am I going to handle this situation? I like to just kind of stand in front of the board and take a look at it. And sometimes the answer will jump out at me, like from an image. The combination of two images that I didn't see before. The other thing I like to do is there'll be a point when you feel like, okay, it's time to change the board. So when you get to the end of a month, it's a good way to review your goals and what you've accomplished. So when I look over a board, like my previous one had a lot of gatherings, people cooking together, and I realized I had spent a lot of time with friends cooking together, and that had led to a lot of good ideas. So a good thing to do is to do some writing at the end of the time that you have your board up, and make a list of, these are some things that I accomplished. I really wanted to get these things done, and it's a good way to celebrate what you've accomplished. Because the problem with many of us who work independently and who are really striving to get forward on our goals is that we never acknowledge what we've accomplished, which is really sad because you never feel that sense of arrival and accomplishment. So it's good to use the board to show you, hey, I had this intention at the beginning of this period of time and I did get some of these things done, so that you can check them off and feel like you are making progress. Because one of the things about working alone or in a small business is that it's harder to feel this kind of sense of trajectory and moving forward. So I like to use the imagery to support that. And if you have any other tips, ideas, suggestions that you like to share for how the board was helpful for you, I really encourage you to post them in the comments below this blog. So thank you so much, and until next week, have a Remabulous day.